Hi, I'm David Watts. Here's another quick video on Luminar. This is version 1.20. I'm having good luck with it. Thought I'd share a few things that I've learned. This video is really about how to take an image that's, frankly, just not that great and trying to salvage it a little bit and do something maybe a little bit creative with it. Maybe it works for you, maybe not. Maybe it gives you ideas, and that's what I hope to achieve. Here's an image I took in Paris way back in 2009. Let's open it up. And if you look at it, you may very well say, okay, that looks like a picture a guy took on a early morning looking into the sun. It's hazy, a little bit of fog, kind of low contrast, not that great, not that interesting. And you'd be absolutely right, because that's exactly what happened. Let's see if we have any latitude to do something with it. Well, one of the first things I always like to do, let's get the horizon straight. The horizon is not straight. That always kind of bugs me and probably bugs a lot of people. So we're just going to tweak that a little bit. Okay. And I look at the horizon line down here. You'll notice when I was tweaking it, there was a grid line that was in a convenient location to help me judge that. But also, I look for the verticals to be as straight as possible, and that's the case here as well. So we'll apply that and save that. Now, we might check color temperature. We're looking for something kind of neutral. Let's try the road, see if that helps. Okay, maybe that helped a little bit. By the way, you'll notice I've made my screen just a bit lower resolution. I hope that helps visibility. If you like it, great. If not, let me know. But screen real estate can be a little bit of a premium. You might choose to turn off this bottom row of presets down here. That gives you a little more space. So let's turn that off for now. Okay. I think the Accent AI filter can be quite useful. Let's see if it gives us something interesting. I'll just sort of jump to the halfway mark. Yeah, again, I like to test the extremes. That's too much. Let's jump halfway. Let's go another halfway. Maybe somewhere in here is pretty good. We'll give it a second to sharpen up. And again, you can turn it on and off to kind of see the results. That's off. That's on. I think it's better. But still, we're dealing with a hazy picture. It's just not that great. Maybe clarity helps us. Maybe that did a little bit. Let's see. It's off. It's on. Still, hazy picture. Let's try a new filter called dehaze. A new filter to us. It's been in Luminar for a while, but let's just see if that can do anything for us. So let's, again, jump halfway. Okay. Compare the difference there. Original. Okay. Maybe it's cut some of the haze out just a little bit. It's certainly made this a little more amber color from the sun. We can go higher. Maybe it starts to get too much. For now, let's keep it in this range. Okay, maybe it's better. Here's our original. Here's where we are. Okay, probably better. Still not that great of an image. Foggy, hazy. Maybe it's got a little atmosphere to it. You might like it, but I think we could probably go a different direction with it. Remember, all these adjustments are going into what we call layer 0, and it's probably good practice to rename that. Call that original. Call it original adjustments if you like. That's where all these adjustments we've been playing, that's where they sort of stack up. Let's do something. Up here, add a new adjustment layer. We don't even need to pick a filter right now. Just add a new adjustment layer. Call it more changes. Call it whatever you want. But bring back that bottom panel. And you'll notice in the right corner, there are some normal presets I haven't added anymore. You can purchase or you can add others that are free. But in this dramatic grouping, let's look for something interesting. And frankly, let's try this vintage look. Now, if you just apply this when you're down here on original adjustments, it's going to wipe out all the changes you've made. We don't want that. We've made some improvements. We want to apply this preset onto the next layer, what we've called more changes. So anyway, Click vintage look. Ah, interesting. Now we have an image that might have some artistic value. You might hate it, you might love it, it might serve your purposes, might not. But anyway, we're looking for options. One of the things you'll notice right away is it appears very grainy. That could be because we've boosted things so high in the image, we've tweaked things so far that we've introduced a lot of grain. Or it could be, if you scroll down, and that's what these presets are, is a collection of all these filters. We've simply added grain. And we can back that off if we don't like it. I don't like it that much. Let's back it off a bit. And that's better. In fact, let's go to 100% so that we can see it up close. Here's about where it was originally. And let's bring it down to something like that. If we back out and we make it fit, you can still see some grain. I think that's okay. One of the other filters I used in this is called London, and just for giggles, let's try Memphis. And now you can change the amount. And again, you can sometimes test this by going sort of to the extreme or going back. And I kind of like it in this area. Maybe we put a little grain back in. What we've got, again, might not suit your taste, or it may. I think we have taken, here's our original, an image that was washed out and just kind of blah, to an image that is kind of interesting and might have some potential in different usages. I think you could argue, let me turn this off, I think you could argue that even though there are modern cars in the image, you might not be able to gauge whether this is 2009 or 1909, at least at this zoom level. So it does have kind of an old feel to it, and maybe is a way to salvage a photo that wasn't that compelling in the beginning. So that's your judgment call. This is art, not science. Maybe this gives you some ideas. Here's a quick recap. Remember, your original work is down here in these original adjustments, this layer. We added a new layer. We called it something like more changes, just so we knew what it was. And it was to this layer that we added we used the vintage look, but you could have used any of these down here. Film noir, for example. Take a look at that. And it gives you another look. And again, you'll see the filters that were used. You'll see a vignette. Vignette is kind of key in these kind of old photos, and you can play with the vignetting and change that up a bit. See, the more vignetting you add, it tends to have that old look because the old cameras had a lot of vignetting typically. Anyway, so maybe that helps just a bit. Hope you find it interesting, and we'll try it again another day. Take care and have a good day.